the left of it, you see some kind of arches, curved arches to the left. That is the watching loft, and it was very popular among different churches in that time. If a particular shrine or church had relics of some well-known saint, to steal the relics. So they would steal the relics, and that's the watching loft, where the monks and others would stand on guard against potential thieves. But St. Alban is the earliest Christian known by name in England. Next slide. Part of the legends about St. Alban is that he was a converted Roman soldier who had sheltered a Christian missionary, and that he eventually gave his life in place of the Christian missionary. So this is a kind of idealistic depiction, painting of this. Next slide. Christianity had baptisms from very early on, and they didn't have any great one place where they baptized, but they carried what, at least in America, we would call washtub tanks around with them to baptize people with. And there are 6 of these surviving from 4th century in England. And the way they would baptize in this early case was by affusion, that is, pouring the water on the person who was to be baptized. And so here we see this is the side of this kind of washtub tank. It has in the middle a Chi Rho symbol, which is an early Christian symbol for Christ, consisting of the X, which is the Greek letter Chi, which stands for, and then the Rho is the Greek letter that stands for Christos, or Christ. So that's how that is the Christ symbol. But what's confusing a little bit is that this is not then the alpha and the omega on this baptismal tank, because they're reversed and in the wrong order. But rather, this is almost certainly not a Greek omega on the left, but rather it is the abbreviation or the Latin word viva, or living. So viva aqua, living water. And this, of course, was Christian understanding of Jesus. And that's what we see here in the next slide. This is another one of these early baptismal tanks representing baptism going on in the 4th century. And this is a frieze on the side of the baptismal tank. Next slide. This one is called the Walesley tank, and it shows the interior of an actual baptistry with women ready for submersion, baptism under the water, assisted by women deacons. And this seems probable. That is to say, that women had not perhaps a full part, but had some part in the ministries of the church from this very early day. Next slide. This we see here at Lullingstone is a villa in Kent in England, and Christian worship was conducted here in the northwest corner, so it's the upper right-hand side, by about the year 350. That Christians would go into this place because Christianity was still outlawed in Britain, Roman rule, until the later 4th century. They would go in this building, sneak in order to worship. But in the later 4th century, after